The real estate industry in Jackson, Mississippi has been good to me, and I thought it would be really a calling to go see if I could help improve families and communities. I'm all in Jackson. I live in Jackson. My whole family lives here. We don't live out in the suburbs. We live in town. And we have a vested interest in seeing the health of families and communities improve. It's really an unusual situation that we have cheap housing, and yet the tenants cannot get a loan as an unintended consequence of Dodd-Frank. Dodd-Frank put limits on the amount that mortgage brokers can charge, and so it doesn't make any financial sense for them to make a loan less than $50,000. And so I don't know any institutional lenders in my town that would make a homeowner loan less than $50,000. It just doesn't exist. So our housing, we have a lot of houses less than $50,000. And so what I do is that I'll buy a house for cash, and it's usually from a tired landlord. And I like it when the tenant's in there. And so I might buy a house with a retirement account and then rent for a while until they prove themselves to me that they can afford the house. And usually they can, because the payments when we sell them are usually $200 less than what they're paying for rent. Then the entity that's owned by the retirement account will sell to the homeowner and create a mortgage. And that mortgage, I try to make it as short as they can afford. I guess the shortest one I did was 24 months.
Well, I'm grateful for Mr. Walter, because we were paying like $650, and then once we had bought, buying the house, it went down to $551.29. So I'm happy for that price, and then plus in 6 years we'll have the house for our own.
If I got an existing tenant, when I do my inspection, I want to make sure the tenant's there so we can have a little dialogue. And it goes something like this: how much you paying? Oh, I'm paying $800. Okay. How would you like to pay $600? Well, they can't say no to that. Well, you got to have a down payment, and you got to prove to me that you can afford to stay here. Another benefit is they know what's wrong with the house. When I buy a house that's vacant, I don't know what's wrong with the house. You can do all the inspections you want, but it won't get everything. And so I like, how's the plumbing? How's the electrical? How's the air conditioner? How's the roof? I'll ask them to make their wish list of what they'd like for me to do, and then I come up with a price based on what they tell me. And so many times, if I get a down payment from them, let's say it's $3,000, I put that $3,000 back into their house. So they're living cheaper, and they, more importantly, is they got something to leave to their kids that they would not have. I mean, this is the biggest asset they're ever going to have.
The house I'm in right now is it's a 3-2. It's a nice home in a very nice neighborhood that Walter has helped me with again. It's actually not my first one through him, but it's my latest one, and it works well. Actually, on the first house, I wasn't renting anywhere. I was basically homeless for a while. That was when the economy crashed, and I just happened to meet the right man at the right time. Actually, we're getting ready to sell it now. It has become a rental for me, and it's been very good.
This affordable housing arena is, a death of a family member impacts payments, or getting sick and not being able to go to work impacts payments. So it's not a push button type of business at all. I'm involved in their lives. When we sit down and make an agreement, I said, look, we're getting married, and that marriage is going to last as long as that mortgage payment.
Big turnaround. This man's closer to my brother. He's been real good to me.
I'm a real estate investor, and we provide housing for tenants to become homeowners.